Good evening and welcome to Wonderland's Authors Interviews. And tonight we have Ally Aldridge.
Aldridge.
That's the one. I nearly got it.
Really?
How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yes, not too bad. So obviously you're here tonight to tell us about yourself and some of your books and just have some questions for you to answer. So why don't we start off with you telling us about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Ally. I live in Victor, which is in Suffolk, which is a little seaside town, which is where I based my books. I've got one cat, Evie. She's a little black and white cat. It's very cute. I've also got two children who hopefully are going to behave themselves while I'm on the live. I've told them to try and stay out of the way.
So mine are upstairs and I've told them the same too.
They usually are pretty good, but they are impulsive. Like my youngest would probably think that she could do the live for me, and I've told her no, this is my life. You stay in bed. And so yeah, she's very headstrong. And my son's a big supporter of me. He's in high school, and he likes to whenever he's a better salesperson than me. If someone says on his parents' evening, he tried to sell my books to his English teacher while I was there, and I was like, "We're here to talk about you, not me." So yeah,
love that though.
And then. Yeah, and my husband is my other biggest fan. So he's not a big reader, but he has read my stories. Is that your cat in the background?
No, that is my dog trying to get out. Get down.
Just because I saw the black fur, it looked a bit like my cat for a second.
It's my dog. Loki, stop.
Oh,
sorry.
Name. He's like, I want to get in on the live too.
Yeah, he's a border collie. He's got too much energy, this dog. I don't know. He's already been for like a 6-mile walk today. It's like, come on, give me a break.
Just a bit mischievous like his name.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying, carry on.
Yeah, I always love a cup of tea. So I've even ordered one on a night out just because it's just like my safety drink. Just makes me feel, I don't know, at home and peace. So it's my thing. And yeah, and even though I live in a seaside town, I'd much rather live near a forest because I love forests.
So you live near the sea? That's nice.
Yeah.
I do like the sea.
It's a bit wasted on me because I get burnt in the sun, so I have to be really careful.
Yeah, no, I am exactly the same. I could just go red and white again. So like I put factor 50 on now. I'm just like, I'm not going to get a tan. So what's the point?
Yeah. As a teenager, I was determined to match my friends on the beach. So I'd be like trying to get a tan, and I spent most of my summer holidays burnt.
Yeah, I blame my my nan because like all my nan's side are all Irish, and then my other nan, she's all like northern and up north. So I blame the Celtic. It's all the Celtic blood in me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us about your books?
Okay, I've brought them with me to try and show because I thought that'd make it easier for me. So this is Ocean Heart. It's about a teenager who doesn't know she's a mermaid. So it's kind of like starts off like a normal contemporary romance with her crushing on the boy next door who's her childhood best friend. They've like grown up together. And he's moving away. And when he moves to the other side of town, he starts making new friends, hanging out with new people. So it pushes her to actually have to try and make friends with some new people. And he gets a girlfriend, which he finds really hard. And the girlfriend has a very, very overprotective big brother who asks her if she wants to fake date him so they can boycott their dates. And yeah, things don't go to plan, as you can imagine. And also the messy love life awakens her supernatural powers. So she's got storm summoning going off that she's trying to control so she doesn't kill anybody. And yeah, so it ends up being a lot of fun with all the fake dating romance stuff going on as well. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I recommend it from me myself. I say definitely read that one. And then book 2 in the series is another set in the same high school. And it's about Keely. So she's the girl that's going out with the best friend in book 1. And it's kind of a spoiler to say she's getting over her ex in this book. Things don't go to plan for her. She makes so many mistakes trying to get over her ex. She starts going out with her friends. There is some like underage drinking in there. She gets attacked by a werewolf. She ends up joining the Reapers and like learning about shadow powers and light powers. Yeah, so she goes through a big ordeal to get over her ex, but there is a happy ending at the end of both books. If you like happy endings and romance and magical powers, everything.
I am a big lover of a happy romance, like a happy ending and all of that. I'm terrible. I can't like read a book or watch a film and then it's like the end and I'm just like, what's the point of me watching it?
I was going to have book 2 with her, like getting over her ex and then just being happy with being on her own. But then I just felt that it just didn't fit the theme of the series when there's like, I just felt there needed to be a happy ending. So in the end, in the final like editing, I was like, I had to rewrite the ending to make it work better. And yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So is there a book 3 soon?
Yeah, I'm working on it. So I go through fits and starts with my writing. So sometimes I'll be writing loads. So I'm about halfway through, but I've got distracted by another story at the moment. And I was trying to fight it and stay focused on Forest Heart. But it just kept pulling me. And I thought, you know what, let's just write the other story. So now I'm halfway through another story, novel instead, which is a completely new series. But I just had to write it because it just kept taking over my mind. So that's going to be, if I ever do finish it, which I want to because it is so good. It's a Beauty and the Beast with Little Red Riding Hood set in the Feywild, a bit like Cruel Prince kind of vibes. So that's what inspired me to start writing it.
So by this time next year, you could have 2 new books out.
My God, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, I do find that. I find that you sort of like, you're writing something and then you're like, actually, this idea has just come to me, and yet like I have to scribble that down so like I can finish this book before I can start the other one.
And I sometimes I just write the little notes, like an outline of what I want to do, and then I can carry on with my main project, which is what I call it, my main project. But this one just wouldn't let me go, so I was like, I have to write it. I've got to give in and do it. And I've really enjoyed it. It's so good.
So do you have like a writing ritual at all? Like, is there a certain place you like to write, certain things that you like to have with you in your writing, like snacks and drinks and all sorts
It
of
used
stuff?
to be. So before I had children and could write whenever I wanted, I used to write usually most evenings. I'd get home from work, get straight on the computer, I'd have a cup of tea. My husband would have to coax me away with food to eat my dinner. And I just would get so into it. I would like do nothing else. But since having children, they have kind of taken over my life. And it is since having children, I decided to self-publish. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think I imagined that I was going to be at home looking after the kids and would be writing on the side, but you can't do that with children. They just don't let you, do they? They want your attention all the time. My imagination for that was like definitely a fantasy. But yeah, so now I tend to write like waiting for the kids to come out the dentist or waiting while at school pickup or the school disco, and I'm just sitting there on my phone just writing a couple of words. And yeah, so I'm always just writing on the go on my phone on Google Docs now. And then when I get home, maybe on a Sunday, I might get some time in front of my laptop to actually like tidy it up because it's usually a mess.
Yeah, Sunday's my writing day.
Yeah, by then the kids are exhausted, so they'll let me get on with it.
It's like, husband's home and I'm like, all yours today. I need to get some words down.
Yeah.
And so if you could spend a day with one of your characters, who would the character you'd spend the day with?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I love all of them. Everyone always says that Mariah, the book of my first character, reminds them of me, probably because she's a redhead. So maybe not her, because maybe it would be too samey. I quite like one of her love interests in it, the possessive older brother. So maybe I'd go hang out with him, but just not tell my husband about it. Obviously, in this fantasy, my husband doesn't exist. Or, he's probably my favourite. And then out of the girls, I quite like my new character in my fantasy novel. She's called Belle. Yeah. So maybe her. She seems a cool person to hang out with.
So is there like a particular thing that inspired you to write these, or was it just an idea that popped into your head?
A little bit of everything, really. I remember listening to songs on the radio when they just gave me like certain feels and I wanted to write that. And I also remember starting off Mariah thinking I was going to write a Little Mermaid retelling, but I don't want anyone to think it is a Little Mermaid retelling because it's nothing like that at all. And then I don't want people to read it and be disappointed. So I don't even market it like that. But that's kind of like where it started with I wanted it to be this teen girl that is a mermaid and had red hair, but it just became its own thing. I've always loved like teen drama. Like I used to grow up watching things like Grange Hill and stuff like that. And I think it was my husband's loving things like Naruto and all like the anime fantasy and stuff. And it all kind of like got mixed up together in my head and then became this thing. And I'd also just read Rachel Vincent's Shifter series, and I loved how they were people and then also could turn into these animals, and then also how it was set in the real world. And I just loved all that. And that's what, all those things all came together.
So are you more of a shifter girl than like are you more leaning towards a shifter than you would like vampires and fays and things like that?
Yeah, at the moment, but I do love it all, and I have keep fiddling around with a vampire idea that I might one day write.
Yeah.
I've wrote probably about 20,000 words and then put it to one side, so it's something that might happen one day because I do like that as well. But I'm more, when I come to writing, I just love the whole shifter thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do like
What
a shifter
about you?
book.
You like a shifter too?
I do like a shifter book. I love all of that. I
Yeah,
absolutely do. I love all fays and elvens and like vampires and all that sort of stuff. I think that's why they're sort of like all in my books.
yeah.
But yeah, I know. I think if I had to choose one, it would have to be a wolf shifter. I just
Mine's werecats.
I do. I read a book by Mackenzie Hunter, who does a series. I can't. Oh God, what was it? I don't remember what it was called, but she did one where her mate was a lion, like a lion shifter, and
Wow.
that was really good. I loved that. So, let's talk authors. Who is your favorite author? Like started you off on this journey that you've read, and you just thought, I'd love to write like them.
It was Rachel Vincent. If I went all the way back, when I was in primary school, I started writing my stories, and that was the Magic Key series. I don't know if you remember them, where there's like
I
it's by
do. Yeah.
Tree reading through. Yeah, so they've got thousands of adventures, and I used to write more adventures for the characters and the things. And I didn't know back then that's called fan fiction. I was just
Yeah.
writing stories, and then as I got older, I tended to write stories that were like more like teen angsty things. I think I was just trying to like work through things that were going on at school in my head and stuff like that, and I did it through fiction. Yeah, and then as I've got older, it was like more things like Rachel Vincent. I also get inspired by movies. Did you watch the Underworld movies?
Yes.
I wrote a story like that was very like inspired by that, and I really had a lot of fun. But I couldn't edit it to make it like not like that, and it was too obvious, if you know what I mean. I was like, and not as good, unfortunately. But you have to keep working on these things, don't we? You have to get somewhere.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it may come a time where something else clicks into place and you think, oh, actually, if I add
Revisit.
this and this and this with it, I can work that.
I've got a suitcase up in my attic that I hope nobody ever reads. It's full of like all my early stories from school or like for years, and it's just awful. But I love it. I can't let it go. It's like having a diary.
I don't think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you should. I think, you could keep that. I mean, maybe, you never know, you could read it in a year or two and come up with like a children's series or something. Or
maybe.
Yeah, never know. So we've talked about like your favourite authors. We've talked about your favourite characters and stuff like that. So tell me, like, is Wonderland your first signing or have you been to others?
No, my very first signing was Hertz Book Festival. So I met another author on Instagram, and I didn't even know how to get involved with book festivals. And so her name was Roxy Eloise, and she told me about that she was going to do this festival. And I was like, oh, I would love to do it. She was like, why don't you come? So it's a bit of a drive for me, but I went there. And the people who did the event at Hertz Book Festival were so lovely, especially because it was my first event. I had no idea what to do. And they gave me lots of clear information, very much like you, like, this is the plan, this is where we're going to be. So it like really helped ease my nerves, and it was really lovely. And I went back a few times, but it cost me a lot of money because I have to go stay in a hotel and things like that. So this year I was like, do I go back to Hertz again or do something else? So I'm doing this one, Wonderland, and I'm so excited to be going somewhere new and do something different, especially as my childhood film that I've always grown up loving is Labyrinth, and I've always wanted to go to a fantasy ball, so I cannot wait.
And we're so happy that you're coming.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any more in the future that you're going to?
Yeah,
coming up.
So at the moment, there's loads of things, like there's a few festivals I've done in Felix. So there's been Felix Book Festival and Wham Fest. Felix was my second one, which I'd wanted to do. Like as a writer, I'd like been to the event loads of times, so it was like a dream to like get to go there. But they change their offers each year, so I don't think I'm going to get invited to do it this year. But I've been twice. I've done 2 years at Felix Book Festival. But there's through at Hertz Book Festival, I met this other author. They were literally on the table next to me, and that's what I love about these events. You get talking to other authors there, don't you? Need network.
Yeah.
And she turned out that she was also from Suffolk, and I was like, oh, what are the chances? And she had a group in Suffolk called Bury and Beyond Writers, and they organise their own book festival events in like Suffolk. And so I've got sort of on the main list. I'm doing a few events with them with the Forward. It's called the Forward Festival. So like little pop-up festivals around Suffolk, hopefully in April and May time. But I only sent the email out the other day asking who's interested. I said I'm interested, so I'm hoping. I don't want to say too much in case they say, oh, we've got too many people and you can't come. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going. But yeah, when I do get them, I update my website with the details. But yeah, it's hard to plan too far in advance because I have to work around my husband's shifts because he'll look after the kids while I'm doing an event. So I need to know he's free. So it's a bit, he's always works weekends. So it's a bit tricky. But he's coming with me to Wonderland. So it's the first time he's come with me to an event. So I'm really excited about that as well.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's been absolutely lovely getting to know you.
Thank you.
I'm very excited about you joining us at Wonderland. And I hope that, you do get invited to those ones. Fingers crossed. Thank you. And we will see you soon. In fact, I will see you in about 5 minutes.
Okay, awesome. See you.
Okay, thank you again. Take care. Bye.